What's good? Welcome to First Stream Podcast. It is championship weekend. We got 2 games to discuss. We have bets on bets on bets on bets to think about. So you know what I had to do. I had to shoot out to Vegas. Had to give my guy Thomas Viola a call. Thomas, are you available to come on and help us get our pockets right? You know what he said? I'm here for you, Pick. I'm here for you. So with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Let's go.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace 'em up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Lace 'em up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, First String is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cast. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he rep GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend. Nah, for real, like, subscribe, and recommend this to a friend. Hey, let's go. Cause it's time for the First String Podcast Show.
Welcome back to First String Podcast. Please do not forget to like and subscribe to First String Podcast. Hit the bell to enable alert for new content just like this. The most important thing, though, is that you tell a friend to tell a friend about First String Podcast. Give us that good thumbs up. As you all know, you should engage with us on YouTube, Facebook, and X. We will show that love right back to you all. Sid is on his way in. He's coming in hot. Al's coming in hot as well. So you know what that means. I'm stuck with HR right now. Not stuck. You know, HR is cool, but they got some strict policies, and they just keep putting out more and more policies. How you doing, Lady A?
So I heard that I'm stuck with HR. That's what you see. That's how you feel.
I just got the new memo. I just got the 2020, 2025 memo, and it says I can't do things like drink. So we're gonna get these fines out the way right now.
Yep, fine. Just already.
We're just gonna get them right out the way right now. So I'm just saying these policies that we're talking about here, got the new list. Sid is with us now. I have to see if Sid got the memo. Sid, did you get the memo too, man?
No habla inglés.
See, I like it. I like it. It was not in Spanish, so Sid couldn't read it.
It is.
So it is.
It's like 4 different languages. Stop playing.
9 sprechen Sie Deutsch.
4 different languages. Okay.
Sid, are you ready to get your wagering all set for this championship weekend?
Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna try to do a couple things.
Okay.
Well, listen, to the rest of y'all, I hope y'all have your pens, your papers, your pencils, because sometimes pens run out of ink, right, Lady A?
I'm guessing.
Yeah, because I had to go get a new pen before it came on. So listen, let's get our guy, Thomas Viola from the Unabated Network out there in Vegas to help you become a better sports bettor. I got that out. Hey, Thomas, how are you, man?
I'm doing great, guys. It's great to be back here with you. Thank you so much for having me on again. It's been a while. It's good to see y'all.
No problem.
It has, and blame that on Toothpick. I'm gonna tell you. All right, I'm gonna tell you the truth, but it's gonna be funny, right? You know how sometimes, yeah, I don't know if this happens to y'all. Sometimes you're looking for someone's name, right? Can't find it because the Apple phone is taking it out of your contacts, but then it realizes and you get an update and your numbers come back.
It's always something.
Because I was like,
with Apple.
Always something.
You think they would learn?
Yeah,
it's all good. It is great to be. It's great to be back on with you guys.
Yes, it is. And listen, what better time than to talk about? You know, we suffered a 4-13 season last year, right? A 4-13 season last year, and we turned that around. Went 12-5 this year. How was it out there in Vegas? I mean, like, did you guys keep looking at these numbers and say they can't keep this up, or this is sustainable? Give us the Vegas side of this thing.
I mean, it really, especially from the numbers that I was seeing, I did end up investing in a couple Washington futures. I had something on them to win the division. It didn't pan out, but
right.
But the numbers show, like, as Jaden Daniels kept getting better and kept calming down and really starting to play like a fantastic pro, like he has. It looked like it was sustainable, and you had the fact that the division, the Cowboys aren't that great, and the Giants are certainly terrible. It all kind of just worked out right for them to get here. But what I was really happy about, I had them to win last week on the money. I had 4-1 on the money line against the Lions.
Hey, you're not the only one that caught that money line last week. And if you played. Well, I think Ron hit a banger last week. He had somebody plus the points, Kansas City plus the points, the Commanders money line, and then Ohio State over the number or minus their points or whatever. All came home. He hit a banger last week. Nice. So with that being said, let's get into some. I told Thomas, just so you guys know backstage. You know what was going on backstage. I told Thomas that we have been doing our anytime touchdown parlay as a podcast. So Thomas is going to give us some good bets for both of these games. So that's why I told you guys to have your pens, your papers, and everything ready. And hopefully by the end of the show, we can come up with a 4-leg parlay for anytime touchdown. So yes, get your pens and papers ready. Thomas, let's go, man. It's all you right now. Just tell us what you like, what you like, who you like, where you like them.
Well,
wait. I'm sorry. Al just got here. Let's bring Al in real fast so we can get him into this conversation as well. There we go. Al's here. The gang's all here now.
Good evening. I'm sorry, y'all. I had a birthday dinner for my uncle, man. Happy birthday again, Uncle Shelford. Had a good time, man, but it was in Annapolis, which is about an hour from my house. And I had a daughter to drop off they do these things now they have adult parties, so she had to bring food to her. I guess they call it some type of board party. So you have a security board, you have fruit tray.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
First was chicken wings, so of course Wingstop was of course the stop as well. So, but I guess
we're about to get into these bets that we can place for this weekend. So yeah, let's go, Thomas.
Well, I do have some bad news for you about some of my favorite ones because they are unders on Commanders players. I was telling Toothpick and Lady A backstage, it's not that I'm fading the Commanders. I actually do like them plus the 6. If you can find a 6.5 out there might be a few. Get that extra half point. But it's not so much that I'm fading the team. It's that I'm fading the game itself. The Eagles are going to be much slower paced than we saw last week with the Lions. They're going to run the ball and try to milk the clock more. Like, they're a much more run heavy team than the Lions are. I don't think that there's going to be as many plays, and this game's outside. So one of my favorite bets of the week is Jaden Daniels under 21.5 completions. You can find it at Caesars at -115, I believe. I think that's the best number that I've got in the market right now. But that is definitely one of my favorites just because 21.5 completions, that's a lot of passes to complete. And I don't know that they're necessarily going to be enough plays for him to even do that. Like, he could still throw for 300 yards. You've got all the yak that you get from guys like Terry McLaurin. He could still have a good day through the air. I just think there's going to be more chunk plays and not as many short completions.
Hey, Thomas, don't feel bad about fading the Commanders. We have no problem with that on here, okay?
Well,
you can fade down on them all you want.
If you don't go sit down.
Those who are the corners may have a problem with it, but by all means, if you want to fade, feel free to fade them.
We just need you to root for the Eagles real hard and beat.
Yeah, he jinxes everything that he roots for. So there you go.
See my hash to my line. My Bills are still in there.
Oh no, he's a Bills. Oh,
no, he's not.
He's a Cowboys fan. They got traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I got picked up on waivers during the pro seasons, so I'm a Bills fan now.
He was with the Cowboys. You saw how they did. Then he was with the Steelers. They didn't make it through, and now he's rooting for the Bills. So just keep on.
Man, we got to get you on the Chiefs bandwagon.
Well,
no, let him stay because he's going with the Bills.
It's other reasons, but like I said, I need the Bills to get this one. I'm pulling for them. That's my, that's to my heart. That's pulling on heartstrings for me right there. So that's what I'm trying. That's what I'm rooting for. Even though I do like history with the three-peat. But go ahead, Thomas.
So Jaden Daniels under 21 completions.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like
What's next?
I also like Jalen Hurts under 16.5 completions.
I like that.
Oh yeah, me too.
He only had 12 last week.
He only had 12 last week?
He had 12. He had under 16 a few times in the last like 4 or 5 times in the last 8 games or something.
They've become an incredibly run-heavy team.
Yeah.
Who the offensive coordinator?
Kellen Moore. You ride the horse that got you here, right? Ride the horse that got you here. Where's
you know what? You're right. Because AJ Brown,
that's the defensive coordinator that passed too much in Dallas. So we got rid of him and let Mike McCarthy call all the plays, who passed more than we've ever passed any year we've had. But that's we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. Go ahead.
I personally I loved the Kellen Moore hire, and I think that they're doing well on offense. But another bet that I was looking at, I don't like the number quite as much anymore. But when it was up at 131 yards, Saquon under on rushing yards. It's just 131 yards is just insane. You can't bet that. Like,
but
so under 135 for Saquon.
Yeah, let me see what he's at right now.
Is it still there? Because that's the highest it's been in years. That's like the highest prop bet rushing prop bet that they've put out there in years. They said.
Yeah, it got up to 131. It's now at 128.
Okay,
I might still end up taking it now. I might still take it, and then I'm gonna hate myself when I just watch him rip a 75-yard run in the first quarter.
Oh, he's gonna run on these boys. He's gonna run.
Yeah, I know this is one of those bets where it's losing, but you're still taking it because it just makes too much sense. Mm-hmm. And another one like that is I've got Dallas Goedert under 3.5 receptions at plus 120.
Dollars under 3.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have any players that you like to score anytime touchdown?
Let's see here. It's not usually a market that I bet because it's so hard to get. It's so hard to get a fair price on someone when they're for anytime touchdown. They're usually packed with a lot of juice, and you're not getting fair odds. But yeah, I can take a look at some of them here. Any sports book in particular?
No, whatever one gives the best.
No,
whatever
one tell us who you like.
Whatever gives the most money on the bet.
All right. Let me see here. Let me head over to Caesars.
I know one that I saw, and I had to explain it. Say it to Ron, right? Uh-huh. And Al, this was part of our conversation as well that we was going to have later. But when it comes to these championship games, there's always someone unexpected that does something, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
It's a hero.
I'm about to set the chat on fire with this one, okay? So as I'm scrolling through, thinking about my anytime player bet, right? As I'm scrolling through it, I look and I see this wide receiver. This wide receiver, just unbelievable odds here. So let me tell you about it.
Please.
I caught Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey for anytime touchdown. Luke McCaffrey, who has not scored a touchdown yet, right? He has not scored a touchdown for the Commanders yet. He hasn't hit his first touchdown. I think I got Luke McCaffrey at plus.
Oh snap!
Oh, I don't even see him on the board anymore right now.
He might be hurt.
Oh.
It's funny if you would have had that betting a couple weeks ago. What's our return guy name?
Oh, sorry,
It's frozen.
Luke McCaffrey. Luke McCaffrey's plus $1,750 right now for anytime touchdown. Now he plays a lot. He plays a lot, but he hasn't caught his first touchdown yet. Another person for the Washington Commanders that you may say might do something as well, and they're in the game during goal line and close situations is Ben Sinnott, whichever way you say it. He's plus 1,800.
What's
Jamison
Crowder? Because he
Jamison
had
Crowder.
2 touchdowns in that big game I had a couple weeks ago. And I think it was against the Cowboys. I think it was.
He scored against the Cowboys. He scored against the Philadelphia Eagles in the last game. He's plus 850.
Everything is sliding.
Yeah, I like that one.
Jamison Crowder's plus 850. Say it, mute your mic while you're doing this. There we go. All right. You ready, Thomas?
Sorry, guys. I'm back. I have a real quick question.
Sure.
What's B-Rob?
I'm seeing B-Rob at plus 185.
Okay.
Just over under, rushing yard total. What's his over? What's his rushing yard over?
37.5 is what I have. Thomas, what do you have? What are you finding for Brian Robinson?
I was surprised by that one that it was so low.
I thought it'd be higher. I like him for. I was going to play him for plus 40 or more.
I've got Brian Robinson over 36.5 minus 110 at Hard Rock and MGM. I've got a little bit of an edge on it, not quite enough where I want to bet it, but I like the over.
Well, they got Austin Eckler at 18.5 for plus 100. Austin Eckler's at 18.5 for plus 100. And Jaden Daniels' number, I really like his number too, but he's minus on both sides. I got him at 55.5 at minus 125 for the over and minus 105 for the under. Oh, B-Rob's number is minus 130 for over 37.5 and under is plus 100. Austin Eckler is minus 130 for over 18, plus 100 for the under.
What is Terry for anytime touchdown?
Receptions.
I see him at plus money.
That's because Slaby putting an APB out for him.
Plus 128.
Out for him.
Plus 128. Plus 128, yeah.
Okay.
Well, Devontae Smith is plus 185.
Wait, who is this?
That's just on that game. We haven't even talked about the Kansas City game yet.
Wait, Caesars has. Hold on. Does Caesars have him? I'm checking the current one. Hold on, because I don't want to say this wrong. Hold on.
Hey Thomas, what do you like? What do you think about an under on Jalen Hurts rushing yards? Because I guess it's probably about 8 yards because of the potential knee injury. I'm sure all his rushing props are low on it.
Yeah, I think that the best of the number is just gone on the Jalen Hurts rushing props. Let me see if I can find something here on rushing yards for him. Oh no, I still like it a little bit. I've still got some value on it. You can get under 30.5 at Bet365. I like the under there.
Yeah, I definitely like that. 30.5. Heck yeah. Yeah, because I think they're going to push Saquon, and if Washington's smart, this is going to be a make Jalen Hurts beat this game. If it's anything other than that, it won't make sense of the game plan to me. So Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you too. You actually absolutely do. You absolutely do make Jalen Hurts beat you with his arm, and you try to stop Saquon on the ground. So
I think
what you
he's
got,
going to be
Thomas?
less mobile with the knee injury too,
Yeah.
as you were saying out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also really like Saquon over 12.5 receiving yards. I bet that a little earlier in the week. That's a that's a good one there. I don't bet a ton of overs, but that's one I like.
Okay.
Saquon at the over. Got you. What about for the Kansas City Buffalo game? What you liking over there?
Let's take a look here. I don't like quite as much in that game what I'm finding. I do always love Samaje Perine over his receiving yards. He didn't hit it this past week, but almost every single week this season, he has taken 1 to 2 to 3 targets, and he has managed to get 8.5, 9.5 yards on those carries. He makes the most of the opportunities. Perine over receiving yards has been really good to me this year.
Okay.
I don't really love much in the rushing game. Let me see about attempts.
Yeah, because you got two tough defensive fronts that aren't going to give up a lot. And why are they thinking this is going to be? Everybody's trying to think this is going to be a high scoring game. Are you feeling a lot of points in this game?
No, I'm feeling this game. I'm feeling the under in this one. I think that it's going to be a lot slower, and people are just going by the recency bias of what they saw with the Lions game. Like they expect just another shootout because they think that that's what's going to. I don't think it's going to be like that. I also do like.
But isn't that the way that Washington wins as well? By turning it into a track meet, like with them?
But I don't think they're going to dictate the pace in this one. I think that because the Eagles want to slow the game down and run the ball, I think they're going to try and dominate that time of possession, and it's going to lead to some extended drives for the Commanders' offense. I think.
Okay.
I also think they'll have a little bit harder of a time moving the ball than they did against the Lions, because that Lions defense was just so battered by that point.
It was bad.
Are we looking, because I know we were trying to put together a parlay.
Yeah, we'll do that at the end.
James? Okay.
But go ahead. Ask your question.
What James Cook? What do you guys have him at? Is he plus money?
I have got him plus 140. I'm not in love with it, but he is the lead running back there. The thing that scares me is you've got Josh Allen taking quarterback sneaks in the goal line.
Right.
And they brought Davis. They like bringing their running back Davis in on the goal line for the rookie guy.
It's true. Ray Davis is 5-1. I still don't
Ray
like
Davis
it.
But they like bringing them in for goal line. A lot of times you'll see Cook get them down there, and then a play or two. I don't know if they try to go to do that to give a little full action possible, a passing play. But Ray Davis, all his touchdowns almost been from the 1 yard line.
I mean, I'm going to give you a very chalk one here.
Okay.
But Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
plus 110. Already had it.
It's plus 130.
Plus one. You got plus 130?
Yeah. Like, if I'm going to bet, I feel wrong betting it almost, but like.
It's out there, so
it's just such free money. Like, I hate to say it's a stone cold lock, but come on. Like, I will be very surprised if this guy isn't scoring a touchdown tomorrow.
Correct.
So I'm looking at in this game here. I'm actually looking at Dawson Knox for Buffalo at plus 500. Why is he so high? Because that's one of Josh's favorite targets, and it's a really good tight end.
Let me see one thing.
Kincaid has been a favorite target of him too.
Kincaid is at plus 340. Dalton Kincaid at plus 340.
Well, that makes it worth a lot. They just not. This is the thing. You got to pick and choose who you think is going to score in this game, because one thing about Kansas City defense, they're not giving a lot of points. You're talking about 17 to 20 points a game on average, what they usually give up. That's only 2 touchdowns or maybe a touchdown and 3 or 4 field goals. So it's not like you're going to be handing things out like Halloween candy. So I mean, you know what I'm saying. So this is You got to really do your homework and find. Like I said, I'm with Thomas on this. I don't like the anytime touchdowns too much, other than that Travis Kelce in this game, because it's hard to figure out. Somebody's going to be that unsung hero, but it's not going to be a lot of candy being given, other than I think Josh Allen when they get close to the goal line.
Well, okay, I'm with you, and I understand that, right? But at the same time, I understand Kansas City's defense is really, really stingy. They've been stingy all year, but they do give up touchdowns. Remember, they gave up touchdowns to tight ends a couple of weeks ago in their wild card game, in their divisional round game. I'm sorry, they didn't play in the wild card. I'm tripping. In their wild card game, they gave up a touchdown to a wide receiver, but Houston does have some talented wide receivers. And for me, I see a lot of tight ends catching the balls versus their backers, their linebackers, and their safeties. Not a lot of yak after that, but that's what I see. I see that ball going through the air a little bit on them.
And the one thing
What you got, Thomas?
For what it's worth, I love Dawson Knox over 1.5 receptions at minus 120.
Okay.
And
Yeah, minus 120. Got you.
Something to think about too.
Go ahead.
Pick one thing about a tight end even getting a touchdown, it's usually your third read. So
Absolutely.
Is he going to have enough time and patience to stay with those reads long enough to get to those tight ends? Because one thing Kansas City can do with Karlaftis, whatever his name is, and Chris Jones is put pressure on that quarterback. And Josh Allen at some point is going to revert back to being the Josh Allen that likes to tuck it and run and be Superman. So I mean, like I said, that's why I think that the tight end props are so high, because they wonder if he won't even get to those reads.
Here's one of the problems no one is talking about. Here's one of the problems no one's talking about is D Hop at plus 300. He has been sneaky in getting into the end zone the last few games. He's not been targeted, but next thing you know, he's standing, because I think he dropped one in the last game, but he's been spotted in the end zone. Anywhere from 10 to 15 yards out, he's been hitting D Hop with the ball.
Yeah,
D Hop is plus 300.
He definitely gives him a throw. Gives him a chance.
I know all the weapons are back. Brown and Worthy and D Hop and Gray and Kelsey. I know all the weapons is back.
Plus 300.
D Hop has been throwing the D Hop in some of those clutch third down plays as well.
I like.
Okay, they started to fly in. Chat is listening to you, Thomas. Okay, so I got to give you one that just got sent to me right now. All right, so this is a 6-leg parlay sent by one of our listeners. Y'all tell me what y'all think really fast. Jalen Hurts plus 1 interception thrown. Washington Commanders over 19.5. Jaden Daniels plus Jaden Daniels touchdown pass. Saquon Barkley receiving over yards over 13.5. Zach Ertz anytime touchdown. Dallas Goedert anytime touchdown. That 6-leg parlay pays out $455.
What did you say about Saquon? It was plus what?
Over his receiving yards.
Over his receiving yards. Over his receiving yards.
So we can start from the top. Jaden didn't throw any interceptions last game.
Jalen.
Oh, Jalen.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen. Interception. One interception plus 1 interception.
He didn't throw any interceptions either.
Both of these quarterbacks have been taking care of the ball.
Yeah. See,
but a turnover will be had in this game.
Yeah, but will it be an interception is the question.
I don't think that there's enough. I don't love the Jalen Hurts interception prop. I don't believe.
Yeah. I can see if, I can see if it was another quarterback. I'm just going to keep it real.
That's one thing Jalen has been doing very well this year.
Yeah, both of them. And
he had a little rough spell early in the season, but late in the season on that first 20-game win streak, they protected the ball.
I've got slight value to the under on his interceptions because he's just not going to throw that many passes. And that's what if you're going to bet interceptions, that's the market that you want to look that you want to look toward. Like, you need to know that you're going to be airing the ball out. And again, they don't really want to do that. And if they're not playing drastically from behind, they're not going to have to do that. And I just think that I don't think that it's good to bet on an interception in a game where he's not going to have that many attempts.
And
Got
you
another
have to
one.
think about it. He's not going to throw a whole lot because you're playing a team that literally just got 5 turnovers their last game. You don't
I
have
got
to throw a
another
whole
one.
lot.
I got another one.
Mhm.
It's a four-leg parlay. It's a 4-leg parlay. Anytime touchdowns.
That sounds like that's the toilet flushing your money down as you keep talking about these parlays. But go ahead.
I'm
No,
just
some
telling
of
you
them
if
can
they
be
come
good.
in.
They can be good.
All right, here we go. Brian Robinson. They got Brian Robinson anytime touchdown. Austin Eckler anytime touchdown. Hey, you listen to me. Luke McCaffrey anytime touchdown and Terry McLaurin anytime touchdown. That's 4 touchdowns.
Those
All
4
for the Washington
touchdowns
Commanders
in one
here.
game.
It's
That's
only
4
just a little.
touchdowns.
I
All
wonder
for
what
Washington
team he
Commanders.
likes. I wonder what team he roots for. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily do that.
You,
I
You're-
understand your love for your team, but that you can't, like, there maybe 1 or 2 of those people, yeah, that makes sense. But what about Jaden? Jaden might run in for a touchdown, and that takes away from your score.
How about you
I
tell
mean-
that guy, send me $200 and I'll give him 10-1 odds on that bet, and I'll pay it out if it comes.
There's no way that bet's 10-1.
No, I'll give him 20. I'll give him way better odds than that. I'll give him
Did
like.
you want to know what that bet paid out?
What did it pay out?
How much?
That bet paid out $6,500.
Okay,
Of
that's
course,
That's
because it's not
I'll give him
likely.
101, and just tell him send me $200. I need to put no gas in the car anyway.
He's right.
Oh yeah,
I would definitely
Yeah.
not parlay. The thing when you parlay is you're baking in so much correlation.
You are.
Yeah, it's the reason. Even with my straight bets, when I'm betting the NBA, I'm purposely not betting like 10 props on a single game because that's
Mhm.
you're baking in too much correlation into all of your bets.
Right.
It's a
If
lot
you're
that
going to
has
do
to
4
happen.
touchdown scores in a single game and they're all on one team, you are basically saying, okay, each of these players is scoring realistically only 4 touchdowns they're going to score because more than 28 points, you're asking a lot.
Yes.
And you have both running backs in there. Who's getting the red zone work?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think what they're thinking about is the receiving. Austin Eckler on an over in the receiving, so it may not be a running touchdown. Austin Eckler is that dual threat, so
Mhm.
it could be a passing touchdown, which would go with the Jaden Daniels anytime touchdown. Well, passing touchdowns or over on his number of passing touchdowns.
And what happens if one of those guys scores twice, which can happen? Then you're taking
Maybe.
away
Hey,
from the rest
No,
of them. So,
we're here to help and educate, right?
yeah,
We're here
that's
to
helping.
help and
No,
educate,
that's not a good.
not
That- I mean,
clown.
You were completely right. That if someone scores 2, then all of a
You're
sudden you're
taking
there
away.
with yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's-
why you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Right, and probably that's why that bet paid out so much for as little as it was paid into that bet.
Yeah.
So yeah. So if you got me and you send it in, I'm gonna say something about it right now. Okay, so there we go. So people will probably stop sending their bets in to me right now.
Hey Thomas, is there a prop bet for how many games into next year's season that Schottenham will get fired?
You can bet on him first coach fired, but oh my god. Look, the Cowboys, man, they're the gift that keeps on giving.
Oh my gosh, man! Try to be a fan of them. You won't feel that way. Oh goodness!
I'm a Jets
All
fan,
right.
man. I know
Oh my
pain.
god! Yeah, you know my pain. Then okay, never mind. You felt my
Well,
pain.
Thomas, let's get your picks. We've had you on for a little bit here. Let's get your picks. All right, let's start off with the early game. You got the Washington Commanders, and we're using Caesars here. You got the Washington Commanders taking on the Philadelphia Eagles, or traveling to Philly to take on the Eagles. We got a point spread of +6 at -110. Their money line is +228. The Philadelphia Eagles are -6 at -110. Their money line is -285. And the over-under set at 47.5. 105 for the over, 115 for the under. Thomas, who do you like?
I like Washington +6. This is not me play into the crowd here, I promise. I do not think that this game ends up being a multi-score blowout. Like I don't see the Eagles scoring the Eagles winning by more than a touchdown, and I don't necessarily think that the Commanders are even going to lose. They already beat a really good Lions team. And hey, it's your third time playing each other, and it's your third time playing each other. First off, the defenses are going to be much more in tune with what the offense wants to do. They've seen each other twice. It's why I also lean to the under 47.5 there. It's why I lean to the under in a lot of my props, although I always lean to the under in my props because that's what I do. But I like Commanders +6, and I like the under. And those two things are correlated as well. If you parlay them together, it's not a terrible parlay.
All right. Well, let's get your AFC pick here. We got the Buffalo Bills traveling to Kansas City, where the weather will probably play a big part in this one. I think it's supposed to be like 20 degrees or something like that. Both teams are cold weather teams. Sometimes doing kickoff. You got the Bills at +2 at -110. Their money line is +110. You got the Kansas City Chiefs at -2 at -110. Their money line is -130. The over-under here is set at 48.5, 110 both ways. 48.5, 110 both ways. Thomas, who you got?
Everybody wants to see the Bills win, but you don't get bonus points. You don't get more money for betting on the Bills. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bet on the guy who's done this every single time he's had to go out and do this. Like I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes at home. I get that the Bills beat them there once already this season, but they beat him in Orchard Park. Do you really think they go in there into Arrowhead and beat them here? And I get to lay less than a field goal on Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Conference Championship game. Yes, I would like to do that very much. Give me Kansas City -130. Not a problem.
Kansas City. Okay. So you were giving us earlier why you like Washington. So tell us why you like, besides what you just said, going with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, is there anything else that has you leaning KC's way?
I mean, their defense is still really good. I think that the Bills' passing offense hasn't quite been there lately. And I think that the Chiefs are finally starting to get healthy. Hollywood Brown is back. That's giving him more of that vertical threat. They're getting Xavier Worthy more involved. Travis Kelce, as usual, has turned back the clock like he does for the playoffs every year. And yeah, I think that everything just points to the Chiefs doing it yet again. And you know what? I'm tired of not being on that side when it comes to it. Like,
Damn it.
Also, I'm a Jets fan, and I don't want to see the Bills win. I'll watch Mahomes win another one before I see Josh Allen get a single ring.
So that would, if your predictions come true, that sets up a Washington Kansas City Super Bowl matchup in New Orleans. What would that opening line look like?
That's not what he said.
Let's see. I don't actually have to. Let me see, because there might actually be opening lines out for this already. Although personally, if I had to guess, Chiefs -6. It might be Chiefs 5.5, but that's kind of a dead number.
Thomas, it's okay to say that you didn't predict a Redskins Chiefs Super Bowl. I just thought you said you liked the Redskins getting 6. I didn't hear you think you thought they would win. I just thought you said you thought the good bet was the Redskins.
He didn't say Redskins Chiefs. He said Commanders.
Commanders, excuse me. I didn't hear him say he thought the Commanders would win. I just thought he said if you had to bet it, he would take the Commanders getting 6.
That is true. That is accurate. That is what I said.
I just want to make sure you quote it properly on the show, because these Commander fans have a tendency to hear things that aren't there, like they see things that aren't there with their team. Okay. But I just want to make sure I'm with you, Thomas. I'm listening fully to what you're saying. I'm not
Lady A, let him cook. Let him cook, right?
I'm not hoping to hear like some of these other guys are, Thomas. So I just want to make that clear to the chat and some of these people who want to get valid information from this informative podcast.
Well, hang on. I'm texting a bookmaker right now to get a price for you.
Okay.
Well, I do want to say this. If you want to get a future in right now, Here are your futures for winning the Super Bowl with these four teams. You got Philly at plus 175, the Chiefs at plus 210, the Buffalo Bills are at plus 460, the Washington Commanders at plus 850. Just in case you still want to get one of those futures in, you may not have had the Commanders to win, or you may have had the Commanders to win a division, or somebody else one of those things, and you want to recoup a little money. Don't chase. Never chase. Never chase. I'm not saying that. But, you know, you got a 1 in 4 shot right here with one of these, and they're all at plus money right now. It's surprising to me that Philly has the lowest odds.
I want to talk to the people who got the Commanders to win the Super Bowl at the beginning of the season. The people who bet that's what I need to talk to.
That was some good drugs.
That's a good tick.
That was some good drugs.
That wasn't good drugs.
And it happened to come true. That's just, you know.
Hey, but the books have been getting people to try to cash that ticket out. They've been getting people to try to cash this out.
Yeah, because that's big money that they would win. So
Listen,
yes,
never cash out. That's another piece of betting advice for you. And this isn't me being like never hedge, never do it. Cashing out 99 times out of 100 is not going to be the right move. The way you want to think about it should always be, I am making a bet against my original bet, where I'm saying now that this will like I'm making a bet on the other side of my original bet, and all it does is it eats into your value
and your psyche.
So just hedge.
Trust me,
hedge your bet.
You can hedge. Like hedging and cashing out are two different things, and a cash out will almost never be better than a hedge. Wow. Like a couple weeks ago, or last weekend, there was a UFC fight going on, and my buddy had a parlay on it that came down to the last leg. He had a cash out offer for $500. If the last guy won his fight, he was a minus 1,200 favorite. If he wins the fight, then he wins $600 instead. And he was like, should I cash out and just take the guaranteed 500, or should I let it ride? And after I got done explaining to him that a minus 1,200 fighter is, you have a ticket at even money for $100 on a minus 1,200 fighter. You have tremendous value there. Don't cash out of that ticket at all. And then even if you were going to do that and you wanted to lock something in, his opponent was 7-1 in the same fight, which means he could just put $100 on the opponent. And now all of a sudden, if the first guy that he had the bet on wins, he gets the 500 from the cash out. But if the other guy wins, he actually wins 600 because he has the 7-1 ticket on the other side. Right. So you could have completely shifted your bet and kept everything with a better offer than the cash out.
Yep. Absolutely. Great way to explain a way to hedge your bet rather than taking a cash out.
Yeah.
Great job. Did you hear back from your guy yet?
Yeah, he said he agreed with me. He said he said it would be Chiefs -6.
Chiefs -6. All right. I think Bruce found it at Chiefs -10.5 or something like that. Thomas, thank you for giving up your time, man. I really do appreciate it. It's been great catching up with you. Maybe we can get this done next week or a week, the Saturday before the Super Bowl. I'll talk to you and we'll find out when you're available.
Absolutely, man. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I hope that we'll be talking about the Commanders in the Super Bowl next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Thomas, see, you just messed up on your outro. See, you were doing so good.
He was doing amazing. He's still doing amazing.
He's still doing great. This is why we bring Thomas back all the time. He's always great with us.
And hey, it'll mean that I hit my Commanders +6 ticket, so I'm happy. I have financial incentive.
There we go.
But yeah, I hope that we are watching next week and talking about the Commanders. And hey, it's going to be 2 fun games this weekend.
Indeed.
Wait. Before we go, I don't know if you guys know, but Thomas are you still good with the soccer?
Yeah.
Oh man, so we got Tottenham. We got Tottenham tomorrow. Tottenham's playing tomorrow. We got Crystal Palace playing. We got some great games. West Ham is playing tomorrow. Is it Fulham is playing tomorrow. So Man U tomorrow as well. Where are you going? Because Z Soccer is always a great place to bet. where should we be looking tomorrow if we want to get a little something in early?
I would go. I would personally go with the. Aston Villa minus 180 would be my personal preference.
Oh yes.
You might want to watch that. Oh,
Okay. Aston Villa minus the 180, and they're playing West Ham tomorrow. That's in the English Premier League for those of you that are looking. So there's also this this parlay that's the odds are plus 750. It has Aston Villa, Inter Milan. Who? I'm sorry, I got my contacts in. So Inter Milan, Man U, and Barcelona all win plus 750.
I'm scared about Man U because they just had to play in the Champions League, or Man U just had a game earlier this week. I think they're going to rotate out their squad a little bit because they're plus 220 to beat Fulham. That doesn't seem right to me. I think there's some squad rotation going on there.
And then Fulham is actually in that game. Fulham is plus 120. So if you go Aston Villa at plus 190 and parlay that with Fulham at plus 120, let's see what that pays out. I'm gonna go ahead and log this one in real quick. And that ticket is plus 236. Not a bad wager. So a 50 brings you 170, 117 home. Something to throw on some NFL games right there. That's an early bet. Thank you, Thomas, man. Appreciate it.
Have a good one, you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man. Good luck to you this weekend.
Take
care.
All right. That was Thomas Viola from the Unabated Network out there. It helps you become a better sports bettor. A better sports bettor.
I need to
right?
stop. I need to find one that makes me stop being a bettor.
We have numbers. Would you like the telephone?
No. Hold on, y'all.
Lady, hey, tell them again. We have the number. We have the number that will help you. Right?
They have text messages too.
They do.
Yeah, I need to get some of these comments in the chat too, man. You know, I guess I've been getting. I guess some people don't like my fandom. I guess Racer X, man.
We got Bruce Glass who checked in early. We got that fantasy show who was right on it because we got that new memo from HR that says no drinking, but it's not water. I can tell you that it's not water. We got Drew who checked in.
My cowboy brother.
Right. We got George Fisher who checked in as well. It says enjoyable conversation. Racer X is in the building as well. He says hello.
Send him home, man. Can we get people out the chat?
John Graves said he has arrived and he says, Al, here's the first one. Lower your tone respectfully. All right, when you're speaking about Washington, I know it's killing you that we're doing so much with the same players that failed.
It is. It's killing him.
It's not killing me.
It's killing him.
Tell you what, like I told you all in a little thread, a post I gave you. I'm happy for you all, but it's time for it to come to an end. But I'm curious, like said, tell them they've seen this script from Dan Quinn before, taking a very bad team and getting to the bowl, and being in year 5, he's fired. So that potentially could still be the case. We've seen this in Atlanta. Do you remember that said? Remember the guy who had a 28-3 lead?
He's trying to pull you right on in there.
Don't let him pull you in, say it.
I'm speaking facts. Said knows the guy I'm talking about.
He's the Cal Shanahan. He's the Cal Shanahan.
But the head coach was Dan Quinn. He took a 6-10 Falcons team to the Super Bowl in year 2 and was fired and did not get a re-up contract.
Okay, so Al, here's a question for you. What do you think of the new Cowboys coach?
You've been a real hater to Al.
Where is that voice coming from? I'm about to say, come on, say it, but you scared me a little bit. Let me come in and put the blocking screen out there. Give me that voice from the black screen, man. That's a little That's a little spooky there, Sid. Come on, man.
It's spooky.
What you think,
What's
Al?
spooky is y'all got Marty Baby as a coach.
Man, let me say, man, Marty's baby, Papa's maybe, man. I don't know
Oh,
what
what?
to tell you. I don't know what to tell you about this one. I had to go to sleep on it, man. I just had to sleep on it because I was so frustrated because it was just another Jerry Minion move to me, another one of his minions in place to me, and I just and for the life of me, I don't understand a man who is so successful. I actually had this exact conversation earlier, at the birthday thing, at the birthday dinner. I said, I don't understand a man who is so smart business, who has so much business savvy in Jerry Jones in regards to how to make money, that he makes so many poor personnel decisions, signing Dak late, signing CD late, firing McCarthy late. If you want to get rid of McCarthy, why not get rid of him? Right, just do exactly what the Patriots did. I didn't agree with the Patriots did, but do it the way they did it. They didn't let Mayo get back on the plane. Make it very simple so you can be in early on the best candidates. So then we are basically the last team to sign a coach. So we get what everybody's sloppy seconds, or who didn't make an interview, or whatever you want to call it, and so that gives us a bad coach, and then it even gives us even worse assistant coaches because all the prominent assistant coaches are being hired early. And then they don't believe Schottenham is going to make it through a season or two. So job security is a problem. Unless you're going to give these guys a contract more guaranteed for more guaranteed years than you have, then who's going to come to you that's worth their weight in gold to help you become a better coach? So it doesn't make sense.
So what you telling me is you about to have a Ron Rivera staff.
Possibly. I mean, possibly. Which means, or we could honestly have another Big Red. What's his name? A coach that Mr. 8 and 8. Jason Garrett. We can have a Jason Garrett promoted from within, offensive coordinator, former player, coach, or whatever, even if he's not a player, but someone that's in the network. And it's like he's been there with the whole staff. Maybe he can keep some of the staff, especially we have to keep Al Harris. I swear I hope we didn't lose him in this process. I hope he's under contract. Our defensive back coach. I mean, and I'm almost like you almost got to keep Zimmer to keep some consistency. I don't want my defense having to. The defense is what's going to hold us through next year, and I need them as consistent as possible. So I'm hoping we can keep as many defensive staffs that we can to keep some consistency because we did play better the second half of the season, even though the schedule was a lot easier. So I do have to make that small disclaimer. But I don't know. Like I said, half of our division got better. I'm sorry. A third of the division got better. The Eagles are good. They stayed the same. They're the best in the division. Won the division again. You all have gotten better. Now, do you all repeat what you all did this year? That'll be a difficult repeat, but it's not. But it has to be considered because you all are there, and you all should only get better with the cap space you all have and all those things. Did we get better? We have the same quarterback who is guaranteed more money, who hasn't even started the ridiculous contract we signed him to. We don't have weapons. We have holes in the offensive line, and we don't have a running back, even though Dowdle did play better the second half again. But yeah, so I mean, how do I like the coach? I don't have a choice but to deal with it and see what it is. I can hope for the best, and I guess be prepared for the worst because it's not a mover in any one direction, and I think it just puts us potentially third in our conference, which is not where I want to be. And I've been on it for a long time, so I apologize.
But y'all could have had Jack, but he went over to the Elf.
Who you say? You got jokes. You got jokes. Who you say? See,
Jack, he went over to the Elf. Jack Del Rio. He went to the Elf, so y'all missed out on him.
I don't want nobody's Jack Del Rio. I don't want nothing Del Rio. Vanessa Del Rio, Jack Del Rio.
You know what? Fine.
Whoa. Wait.
Fine. Just fine.
No, that's not fine. That's a question of why not. Oh, my bad.
You're fine too.
You're a little old, Pick. You're a little old.
You're both fine.
Okay. That's okay. I understand.
All
right. Say it. I need you to are you ready? Say it. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. What you got?
You ready for the leaking of the oil?
Oh, we got legal order today?
We got legal order today?
On Sunday? On Saturday?
Just what you
Oh,
said.
man. Slipping and sliding. He did. You did. Yeah, he might be right.
Got in late, man. Hold on, let me.
think
I can do some things. Let me see.
No.
Oh,
If the
no.
oil is
No,
not ready to be
Hold
leaked,
on.
we like leaking oil to be fresh. We
no,
want
we
to
like
see
leaking oil.
the
No,
old.
He said
sir.
fresh.
Old oil, see.
Sir.
No,
Sir.
Hey, you know I came in hot, man. I came in hot, man.
All right, well, listen. Let's get to this. Let's get to this right here. Let's get to our picks. All right.
Yes.
We got the Washington Commanders coming in hot off a victory in Detroit.
Hot, man.
Salads in Motown. Going down to Tampa Bay, putting their feet in the sand and walking on Baker Mayfield's couch. Traveling to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles, who did their thing versus the Los Angeles Rams in a snowstorm. Now, we do know that both of these teams are coming in missing a couple of key pieces or some hurt pieces. For the Washington Commanders, they are down one guard that happens to play over. No, Deron Payne's playing.
Yeah. No,
They're
not.
down one guard who happens to play. Oh, he's out now?
He's out. Yeah.
Him finger hurt.
It's finger or something else.
Who you talking about, Deron?
He broke that
Payne?
hand.
Huh?
Payne, yeah.
No, Payne is out. He said Payne is out too, right?
Yeah, he's out.
Payne is out. Okay.
It's his knee and finger.
Yeah, knee. I thought it was something lower extremity.
I know it wasn't a finger because last week he played with the finger. The guard that plays directly over Jalen Carter, right?
Bad day for him, Wolf.
What about Jalen Carter?
That's a rough dude to be missing your starting guard. However, you have to have a plan for him, and the Rams probably showed that plan last weekend. You have to pay him a lot of attention to double him. Now, the secondary of the Philadelphia Eagles allowed 5 touchdowns to Jaden Daniels last time the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders played. The Washington Commanders allowed Saquon plus 150 yards rushing. Most of that occurred in the first half, but just like the Eagles said, they played without their starting quarterback, who is coming into this game with a hurt knee. Let's look at the line, which we gave you earlier. We got the Washington Commanders at +6 at -110. Their money line is +228. The Philadelphia Eagles are -6 at -110. Their money line is -285. The over-under still set at 110 both. I'm sorry, 105 for the over, 115 for the under. 115 for the under. Al, who you got?
Since both teams can't lose, I really feel that this game, man, is going to be a lot different than either one of the first 2 games we saw. I think, like I said, it's going to be cold. I think Philadelphia has to control the tempo of the game. If they get into an up and down ball game with Washington, they will lose this game. They have to control tempo. They have to run the ball, force feed the ball down their throat. Even when they don't want to run it. Keep running it. Even when you think about you might want to pass it, run it some more. And they have to keep putting the battering ram on this weak front of the Washington Redskins, especially missing Deron Payne. So I'm going to take the under 47.5 because I will not choose either one of these teams to win. So I'll take 47.5 on the under for this game because I think something right around 25 to 19, 25 to 17 Philly. I think Philly's going to win, but I don't like saying that too many times because I have Philly fans in my family that happen to watch the show and they'll hold it against me. So I'm going to just say the under at 47.5. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Under 47.5. Lady A, who you got?
Well, let me say this. You were talking about the weather. The weather is supposed to be the high is 40. And then the low is 27. So yeah, it's gonna be cold, but not too bad. Both of these teams are gonna be used to this type of weather. So that's pretty good. But I'm just gonna say it. People are counting out the Commanders.
No.
And they are. A lot of people are still saying, "Oh, well, the Commanders they're gonna lose." That's fine. That's cute. We'll keep it moving. They've been the underdog for all this time, and I'm not betting against them. I'm going Commanders plus the 6 because it's if they were to take an L in this game, they're going to put up a fight.
I like
They
that.
are very capable of winning. But there's the big if if they were to lose the game, they would put up a fight. So I would take the Commanders plus the 6.
Never,
That's the best, the safest bet
Um,
that you can make.
I heard Jay was selling
Yeah.
Bibles now too.
He was not. We're not putting out this false narrative on this here
Because
internet.
I'm saying the man say he walking on water. I think I saw that in the comments
Let
earlier.
me say something. Let me say something. Be very careful and be very mindful of listening to comments of people who are not Commanders fans and are just on the Jaden hype. Be mindful
I know
of that.
it's a lot of believe in Jesus slash
Right.
Jesus
There's a lot of
fans
people
out
that
there.
are on the Jaden hype. They're not Commanders fans. They're just
I
like,
agree.
oh, this
I
guy
agree.
has these stats and things like that. So just be mindful of that. Because every time that you hear people talking about Jaden, it's not always Commanders fans. That's
Okay.
what happens when you have a rookie who is a standout.
He's
You'll have people, putting the praise on him and all that, but they're not Commanders fans. So don't you dismiss some of that stuff.
okay. I will work on that. Thank you, Lady A.
No
And I need
problem.
and I need that gambling number too. So go ahead.
Okay, I'm going with the Philadelphia Eagles as well. I think if Vic Fangio did his due diligence and he watched the Atlanta game, he understands how he needs to run that defensive line to give Washington problems. Atlanta gave Washington problems throughout the whole game, and they got stops when they needed stops, not because of the back end, but because of the front end. And uh, Philly has the front end to give them problems. The key to that is, can they get the ball out of his hand? Can he get the ball in his hands fast enough to get their defensive line tired? That way, giving him more time, because what they're not going to do is allow him to get outside of the defensive ends. There won't be no stunts from the outside man to inside man. It won't be any net stunts. If it's going to be a stunt, it's going to be from guard to tackle or tackle to guard. It's not going to be nobody outside of the tackle that's going to be doing the stunt inside. They're not going to let him break contain. They're going to use the New England Patriots, the Belichick method that he came up with Michael Vick. Keep him in the pocket, close the pocket, and then hopefully your defensive backfield can hold up enough for the defensive line to squeeze him and make him force him out of there or to get the tackle.
Remember the game against the Falcons and the game against the Eagles was just like a week apart.
Mm-hmm.
And this is now the third time. So I would hope that they would think that they know this team well enough. So that's why I'm thinking that no matter how you look at it, I really do feel like this game will be close. And it's a tiebreaker.
I got something. When you finish making your pick, I want to say something.
I already made my pick. It's pick turn.
No, I'm going to pick. When Fick makes his pick, I want to say something.
This game comes down to me like the Philadelphia Eagles in the second game versus the Washington Commanders held the ball for plus 30 minutes, and Washington had it for 20-something in that game, right? For 20-something minutes. So the Philadelphia Eagles pretty much controlled the clock in that game. And the Washington Commanders won the game at the end with 5 turnovers, which we talked about. You're not supposed to win a game with 5 turnovers. If both of these teams play error-free ball, they say styles make fights. The Commanders have shown that they are mentally ready to win a fight in the last round. I think that they are not going to Philly to lose. They're not going to Philly for a participation trophy. The Washington Commanders are going to win this game. Give me the Commanders money line.
Okay. So you only went to 6 points. I heard you. Now, Pick, let me ask you this. We talked about this the other day. And this is real. Give me a second to go through this. Because I don't want to get you mad, but I want to talk. We talked about this the other day. You make fights, and I love that saying because it does. And now, if you look at these teams roster to roster, because you got to look at them side by side, outside the quarterback positions, the Redskins or the Commanders are the Philadelphia Eagles are better top to bottom outside the quarterback almost in almost every position. But put that aside because that doesn't matter. We're in the NFC Championship game. We're in the NFC. Everybody's banged up. You're playing for something. You're motivated. If you pay attention to that last game, before we talked about before Jaden got hurt, they were possibly on their way to being up 14-0 or at least 10-0 because they were in field goal position when Jaden got hurt in that early second quarter. They're already up 7-0.
He went into the game hurt. Yeah.
No, he wasn't hurt. I don't think he was hurt before that game. Jalen Hurts. I don't think he was hurt before that game.
Before
when he got hurt, when he went out with the
first
concussion.
Philly game.
No, the second Philly game. Not the first.
Yeah,
the first one.
we
was a
put
good game.
Jalen out.
No,
Jalen got
the second Philly game, he's healthy.
He's healthy.
He went in the game healthy and got hurt.
He got hurt with the concussion. Like
Right.
Going like week.
Oh,
like week
Jalen, not Jaden.
Jalen,
Okay,
not
you're right.
Jalen. Hurt. I'm gonna say hurt, so we don't get confused. They were going in to score, potentially go 14-0 or at least 10-0. They were controlling that game. Now I know, like I said, that was early in the game, and it was a quarter. It was still 2.5, almost 2.5 to almost 3 quarters left in the game. My point was when we was talking about it, I think if Philadelphia is able to stay to their game plan, they're going to control the tempo and the style of this fight because they have to get into a fight to a style that's almost foreign to them to get to the style that's popular or best for the Commanders, being a high-scoring game, throwing the ball, high-scoring, getting in multiple possessions, and that's just not their style. It was made to be more of their style because they couldn't play their style that last game because Jay Hurts got hurt. So I'm just wondering your thoughts of what do you all need to do else if you can't get into a high-scoring game, what other way are you going to win this game?
I just told you they're going to win this game in the fourth quarter. They're going to win it in the fourth quarter because they've done this all the way down to the Tampa Bay game. The only game that they've been up and been in control has been the Detroit game. If you look back, our last 6 games have all come down to the last possession. And they don't flinch, and they have a steady hand.
Okay.
Right? And that's why I'm saying if there's a turnover, if there's a turnover, and it's not the Washington Commanders turning the ball over, but it's Philadelphia Eagles turning the ball over, and Commanders have a short field and they can score, this could turn into a blowout. Does Philly have the ammunition to keep up with Philly? Does Philly have the ammunition to keep up with the Commanders? I don't think so. I think they want to control the clock.
Ammunition to keep up with anybody.
They have. They do, but that's the point. Is if you haven't done it all season, what makes you think you could turn it on in a championship game when you haven't done it all season?
I'm gonna tell you why. They have done it all season. They've actually done that for the last 3 seasons because they've been in these battles year in, year out, gaming, going down early.
It's not the same team. It's not the same team because if you say the last 3 seasons, last year, Philly went 10-1, got into the playoffs and had a huge slide and lost in the first round of Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah.
After getting off to a heck of a start, and all of a sudden the team took a nosedive. That was last year's team. That's part of those 3 years you're talking about.
Yeah. And then they got better with those same guys this year, added a running back. They didn't lose a lot of guys. They got rid of Hassan Reddick. They lost Kelsey at center. They got better, though, at running back and put a couple of pieces in. The core of that group is still there. More so than the Commanders. The core of that Phillies team is still there. That's what I'm saying.
True. But if you look at which one of these teams is battle tested, right here, right now, this year.
Oh, you all have been in more close games. You all definitely been in more close games than one at the end. I just think almost like Minnesota a couple of years ago when they played the Giants. Not comparing you all the team. I'm just saying as a team that won a lot of close games. At some point, the percentages go against you winning those games when they've stayed in your favor so long for those games. And
I agree.
Time will tell. So I'm not. I'm just throwing. I'm not even trying to be a hater with this. I'm just trying to throw.
Well,
this
I'm
conversation-
gonna say this, Al. Those close games, yeah, that it can go against you, but they got out of that last game with a number one ranked team.
Okay.
So you can't, dismiss that. Is that they understand, because people have been saying that for the past couple of weeks. It's like you can't always rely on a Hail Mary
No.
because it will hurt you in the end. So last week they showed that they can keep the same momentum throughout the entire game. They can get control of the clock and keep up with that and truly win those games, and not win it in the last 60 seconds of the game, but truly win those games that you don't have to be so worried or so concerned or have a heart attack at the very last second. I mean, we've won a few games within the last 2 seconds of the game,
Try to do it.
So, huh?
Yeah, I try to do it against my boys, but it's okay.
I mean, it is what it is, but I
They
mean,
let that chicken miss the
you have to look at it like this. This is a team that they're learning from their mistakes as time goes on throughout this season. With
Yeah.
that said, the last time they met the Eagles, they won.
They did.
Despite how people want to talk about it, we know a W is a W.
Absolutely.
They found a way to win despite shooting themselves in the foot a million times. So I really do feel like we shouldn't expect the same sloppy plays that they had to create 5 turnovers for themselves in this upcoming game. I do feel that because they know this team, the same thing that I said about the Eagles, they know us, we know them. So what you should see is a real shootout, because this is now the third time, and both teams have a lot to, it's pride. It's not just the NFC East. I mean, the NFC Championship. It's 2 NFC East teams that split,
They don't like each other.
but they split. So now who wants to have that bragging right that, okay, we broke the tie that we have with you guys this season? Who wants to have it's the NFC Championship, it's breaking a tie, it's beating a division rival. So it's no secret that the NFC East is a very competitive division,
Absolutely.
which is why you have 2 teams from the NFC East in this championship game. So this is the number 1 and number 2 of that division.
It is.
So yeah, they're going to battle. So I mean, I don't feel like, in truth, there's no real way to predict who's going to win this game.
I agree with that.
It's anybody's game. I do feel like the Commanders are the hot team right now. They won the last battle that these 2 teams had, so that may give them an edge. But nonetheless, it's the NFC. We said it all year. We said it all season. You don't know what you're gonna get in a division game, and this is a division game.
So that's my question to pick. If you, like you said, you all are a hot team, and the offense has been riding hot. But can you win this game if both teams are under 20 points?
I mean, yeah. I mean, somebody got
I
to win.
believe so. I believe so. And I wanted to address one thing too. When that first game in Philly, you said we had the lead. We was going in, and we should have kicked the ball to go up 2 scores, right?
Huh?
Or we missed a field goal. We missed a field goal.
Are you talking about the first game in Philly?
The first game in Philly, we missed a field goal. That's when our kicker didn't tell the team that he was hurt, because he had been perfect up to that point.
I get it, but that. I mean, I get it, but that's your fault, not mine.
Well, he didn't tell the
You got
coach.
dishonest kicker. You got a dishonest tail kicker.
That's like
He
3
didn't tell
kickers,
the coach.
though. Why we talking
Yeah,
about
that
That's
is
3 kickers
absolutely
ago.
3 kickers.
But let me ask you
But
this, on the flip side though, because that's kind of why, even on the other game, not to get so much in this game, how long will this be bad for the NFL if Kansas City wins another championship? because they're going to
I
set
don't
the
think
record
so.
that let me say this, that you can just cruise through the regular season and do whatever and practice. And they're the one team that you can say don't seem like they've ever had to play their hardest, but have still come out on the winning side 15 or 16 games. I won't count the last game because they didn't play that people. They didn't
Yeah.
have, they felt like they were toying with people, getting ready for their season. Like their season didn't start to the divisional round. Is that good
Well,
for the NFL?
Yes, that's
I'm going to say
bad for
one.
the NFL. That's what I
That's what
think.
I'm
No,
saying.
I don't know. No, you got to look at it. Take the full thing into context. Don't just say that Kansas City sleptwalked through the season, even though we did say that Kansas City sleptwalked through the season.
I was
But
about to
look
say.
at the
I'm
entirety of
saying,
what
but you just said it.
went through. Right. Look at what happened to them. Right. Look at they pretty much played the entire season with no offense. Right.
Right.
But because they
And
have
they
one of the
still
top,
make
one
it
of
to
the
the
baddest
Super
quarterbacks in the
Bowl.
land, they survived. Imagine if he had his. Imagine if they had no injuries to his weapons.
Well, I mean, that's
Excuse
every
me,
team.
I have an answer. A full
You think
blown.
they would have been winning one score game?
I mean, but that Kansas City always offense, even when they had weapons, even if you seen that, they just seem to do it. It's like their goal is to get it to a close game in the fourth quarter. They don't care if they're winning or losing. They just want to be a close game in the fourth quarter because they seem to feel like they have what it takes and more mental fortitude or whatever you want to call it to make sure that they can win that game or any close game when it comes to a fourth quarter, especially if they're in Arrowhead. And I just
So,
think is that good. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so let me say this. It will be bad if the Chiefs win. Here's the reason why. People are tired of them. We're tired of seeing the Chiefs over and over again. Okay, we're tired of the same story. Like, oh,
If
this
it
is
was
a new
if it was the
story.
Chiefs versus
Well,
if it
hold
was
on.
the Chiefs versus the Eagles again,
It don't matter who the Chiefs versus the
they
Eagles
did that already.
or Chiefs versus anybody. We tired of having the same story presented to us in different ways. That's what we tired of. So that's number one.
Beat
Number,
them. That's what you
but
got to
hold on.
do.
Oh, wait, because you said beat them. Because now here's my next point. My next point is beat who? The Chiefs or the refs?
Stop it. Stop it, Lady A.
Come on, man. As much as we say that the
Stop it,
referees have made some
Lady A.
terrible calls, as much as we
Right,
say that the referees have made some terrible
right.
calls, would you
But
say that
look at their
the
last
only
game.
reason the
Let's
Chiefs
talk about
won,
their last game.
just like Joe
So
Mixon said, don't
who are
leave it
we
in the hands of
beating?
the refs. Look at
But
every
those
game that
calls
we've
that
played in
those
Right.
Cowboy
But
Stadium.
what I'm saying is, if
Every
the
game that
Chiefs
we've played in Cowboy
win the
Stadium, if we
Super
leave
Bowl,
it for the refs will take it from us.
but no, here's the thing. If the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, all of these stories are going to come back to the surface because we just had this their last game. And even Patrick Mahomes apologized for his little great flop. We just talked about this on Tuesday. So what are we
There was a
doing
couple of spots where he's dancing along the sideline and every quarterback does the same thing. Perfect example. When
here? He
Jaden
flopped.
got hit in Detroit and got sent flying. He wasn't. He got sent flying. That dude launched him into outer space.
But I'm talking about Patrick Mahomes.
He didn't
So
get a
here's the
call.
thing:
Okay,
if people have the
but
narrative that the refs are they act as the offensive line for Patrick Mahomes, right? If that's what people are going with that narrative, and here we have this team again who just coasted through the season, and then we get to the Super Bowl. If they win, all of these things are going to resurface. All of these things are going to be brought up because how in the world did they get
if
there
you
again?
listen to
How did they win again?
everything, listen, everybody gets clowned on social media. Everybody has a joke nowadays. What do they say? The internet is undefeated, right? How many times have you seen
Undefeated.
somebody talking about, I just got my new Kansas City jersey and it has a referee? So what? People did the same thing with Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Everybody loves to win a Super Bowl
because he cheated.
They love to win. They
cheated.
love it when their city's doing it, right? It's when their city is doing it. The same thing. If
And
we
what
wind
happened
up
to
winning
the
the Super
Patriots?
Bowl,
What happened to the
I'm
Patriots?
just saying,
They were picked
if the Commanders wind up winning the Super Bowl, Lady A, and then they start saying people are protecting Jaden Daniels,
but that's not the case.
You gonna say
I
no,
have
no,
not.
no?
I've
Listen to
seen
the
Jaden get
listen to the
folded. You didn't have
question.
to see Patrick Mahomes get folded.
Listen to the question. If we win a Super Bowl and then the following year they start protecting Jaden Daniels because he's the hottest quarterback in the league, are you still gonna say the same thing? Oh, Jaden
I
getting
would say
preferential
it
referee treatment.
if it's true. I would say it. Let me tell you what's funny. So when we played the Steelers, there was a Steelers fan in our section, right? There was a hit that somebody had on Russell, right? And it was a call, and it was kind of stupid. It really wasn't. It shouldn't have been a call. One of the fans said, "What are you, crazy? You know you're not supposed to hit Russell Wilson like that. The refs are gonna have his back." That's what one of their fans said, not one of our fans. So that's a realistic fan. He knows that sometimes when you go and hit a certain quarterback,
Oh,
that happens. So if it
Okay,
happens for us, I can admit it. But at
okay.
the end of
So
the
last
day,
week,
even Patrick Mahomes admitted it. So what are we saying
Frankie
here? What are we
Louvu,
talking about?
he admitted that he flopped on the sideline. Yes, but I
He
don't even
said that
believe.
he realized that his flop caused the ref to make that call.
Right, right.
So
So
you know that you faked it, and the ref made
last
a call off of you faking it. He
but
knows that.
that's
we
on the
saw
ref to
Frankie
me.
Louvu. We saw Frankie Louvu
Should have got fined.
put his face put his face in Jared Goff's chest and the top of his helmet. The
Mhm.
top of his
Put it in his
helmet
chin.
hit Jared Goff's chin.
Okay.
The top of his
And
helmet
what
hit Jared
happened?
Goff's chin, but his face and out. He
And what
saw what he
happened?
was hitting. His eyes was in his chest.
Okay, but what
Should that have been
happened?
called back because that was a favorable quarterback? Should that have been called
It
back
should
because
have
it
been
was
called. I don't
should
know
there have
about
been a
favorable.
flag?
It
No, no,
should.
no, no, no. No, no. Here's the thing. That is not clearly he's not a favorable quarterback like Patrick Mahomes because then they would have made
I
that
said if
call.
he was a favorable quarterback. If he was a
If he was
favorable
a
quarterback.
favorable
Because
quarterback, they
like
would have called it.
you heard the Steelers fans say Russell Wilson should get that call, right? There are quarterbacks. I'm not gonna
No,
say
he
they're
was
not.
saying
There are
like as far
quarterbacks
as the
in the
Commanders
league.
fans. Well, hold on, Pick. The fan was saying as the Commanders the Commanders player who hit Russell shouldn't have even tried to hit him. The call was a fluke. Okay, so he was saying, "What are you doing? You know that you ain't supposed to hit Russell Wilson because you know you're going to get a call." So if the fan knows that, I know Frankie is my cousin. You know I know that. Candy came on here and told us that Frankie is a goon. He is. Should that have been a call? Yes, it should have. There's a reason why some of these rules are put into the NFL to protect players. Keep that in
Actually,
mind. Some,
he
I
was
said
in a
some,
position to make a tackle. He was in a position to make a
correct.
tackle.
And you have to tackle a certain
You can't
way.
he's in a position to make a tackle. The quarterback rules go out the window. It was a legal block. It was above the waist. It was incidental contact to his chin. It should not have been a flag.
Okay. And if he were Patrick
It should
Mahomes,
not have been a
that
flag.
would have been a
No, you
call.
can't say
That's
if it
what
was
I'm
Patrick
saying to
Mahomes
you.
because it was Jared
We've
Goff,
seen
who is a
we
Super
hold on.
Bowl quarterback,
We've
who is a
seen
run
it
of the
doesn't
mill
matter. The refs
quarterback.
they don't
If
protect him
they're
like
protecting,
Patrick. They don't.
all right.
Let's keep it real. They don't.
So when Jaden Daniels wins 2 Super Bowls in a row,
Hmm.
and he's going to his third one, and he's getting
Hmm.
favorable calls, I'm asking you,
Yes.
are
I'm
you
gonna
going to
say it.
say
I've
that's
already
just
answered
Jaden
that
being
question. I'm
Jaden,
gonna let it be known that
or
they
these
are
refs need to throw the
favoring
flag?
him.
The refs need to throw the flag.
I'm gonna say that should have been a call,
Okay,
but it's gonna
got you.
been
So it's on the record.
yeah.
So when you're in our chat, and you say, "Oh,
Pick. I don't know why
well,
you're
that's
trying to beat
Jaden.
the
Don't
dead
throw
horse
that
with this.
flag,"
I've already said what I said.
I'm,
You know what is
I'm
it?
gonna come
I
back and get you.
said
I'm gonna come
what
back
I
and get
said.
you. She said what she said. I
I
got you.
said
I
it.
got you. She said what she said. Listen, we're an hour and almost 30 minutes into this thing, man. Said that we cover
Mhm.
everything. Is there anything left?
We didn't cover the
Any
other game.
low hanging fruit that we need to get to?
We didn't cover the other game.
You see this right here?
The Bills. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Say
we
it.
didn't cover the other game.
Yeah. But the NFL had to go back and look at it and
And
find.
they should have.
I love me some Frankie, but that was not cool. But the refs on the field are supposed to be the first people who do it.
You're right. That's why I don't have a problem with Patrick Mahomes doing what he did, because you put it in the hands of the ref.
You
If they're
gotta
going to give me, if they're going to
you
give me
gotta do
calls,
what you gotta
then
do.
I'll go to them in to give me some more calls. This is about winning the game by
Yep.
any means necessary. If a
Yep.
free 15 helps me here, sure, I'll
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and get bumped out of
Hey,
bounds.
do you know how many many FedEx arrive for things that they find? Y'all know this, and some of them do not draw penalties. Some of them do. You know,
Yeah.
when a FedEx man shows up and he's out there like that, you already know what it is.
Yeah. Because I mean, they'll
You
go
already
back
know
and
what it is, right?
review. But my thing is, when you go back and review and it wasn't a call, and you find out that okay, we should find this person, what are you doing to the ref? That's what I need to know.
Right.
Well,
That
yeah,
right
Are
there.
we
no,
gonna hold these refs
they're not gonna tell you
accountable
that.
for missing it?
They're not gonna tell you that.
No, they can't be doing that because they're still doing it.
Let's get to this Buffalo Bills Kansas City Chiefs game here. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And the first thing I gotta say before we go any further into this game is, Gene, it's a championship game, bro. Don't be up there cheating. Let it play out, Gene. Let it play out. Y'all know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to my guy Gene here. All right, listen. You got the Buffalo Bills coming off of a win versus the Baltimore Ravens, where the Ravens turned the ball over. Lamar himself turned it over twice. Mark Andrews turned it over once. They did run the ball. Their pass defense was on and off. The Kansas City Chiefs coming in, 0 turnovers, taking care of the ball. They seem to button things up, and they are getting healthy. All right. Travis Kelce, like Thomas told us, has turned back the clock. What are we looking at here in this game, Sid? What should we be paying attention to that we have not paid attention to yet?
The defensive line of Kansas City against Buffalo. Can it contain long enough? Can it contain? Can it contain and keep him in the pocket and be able to cover those wires at the same time and get him to the ground? And whether or not Kansas City is going to give the tackle help on Von Miller on that side.
Mm-hmm.
That's those are the keys to this game right here.
Von Miller versus that right side tackle for Kansas City, which always is he's actually one of the highest.
Yeah.
No, that's on the left side. The right side tackle. The right side tackle is the one that is one of the heaviest penalized tackles in the game because of his quick start. Like, you guys will notice that. Like, they'll tell you right off the rip, he's one of the most fine flagged persons in the game. That's the right tackle. Their starter on the left side for Kansas City is back, as Al just told us right here. So we got to watch this pass rush of the Bills. Lady A, what are we missing from this game that we should be paying attention to?
Well, Kansas City doesn't look exactly the same as they used to. This season is not the same as last season. I do feel like, their last matchup speaks volumes. This is not going to be, I don't feel like this is going to be a blowout game for either side. I think it'll be close. And I mean, I'm just saying the Bills probably don't want to see the smoke from the NFC East. Let's keep it real.
What?
The Bills.
Stop it. The Bills ain't worried about nobody in the NFC East right now.
They should be seeing as though they're going to play the NFC East if they win this game. They're going to play the NFC East in the Super Bowl, and they are 0 for 4 in the Super Bowl.
Either one of those teams, the Philly or the Commanders, will be underdogs against either one of these teams that wins in the AFC.
Okay.
Come Monday morning.
Okay.
I promise you that.
Yeah, they can be underdogs all day long.
So they ain't worried about them. I mean, they
all day long. Were they underdogs back in the day when they was playing in the NFC East and losing?
I can't remember.
Okay, so it don't make a difference.
And you know, a 38-year-old, as you claim to be, shouldn't remember those stats.
I said 35. You better put some respect on my 35, sir.
Either way, you're too young to remember those games.
I didn't say I remember.
Al, what
I
up?
just know my history.
What'd you say, Pick?
Al,
Talk to me. I haven't
I
said
just caught
something
what she
about it.
said. I just caught what she said, and I had to pause. I had to pause for a minute.
Talk to me.
Al, what should we be paying attention to here? What should we be paying attention to in this Kansas City
Chiefs.
Bills game? What should we be paying attention to?
I think said or the it's going to come down to the trenches, man. I mean, the Bills are small up front, and the Bills have to control the tempo. And controlling the tempo is them. They can't do what they did against Baltimore when they was controlling the tempo, but not worrying about stats and allowing Baltimore mistakes to surface. Because Kansas City is not going to make the same mistakes. And I think the game plan they had when they played them earlier this year, their plan was to beat Kansas City. You have to go beat Kansas City. You can't sit there and say we've gotten ahead. You can't play when you got a chance to score a touchdown, go score a touchdown. This is the game when I think that you may go for it more on fourth down than you usually have in a lot of other games, because you gotta see it as getting an extra 4 as opposed to just getting 3 or losing an extra 4. So you got to go for it on fourth down. You got to put Kansas City in the grave. If you don't, they will haunt you and come back to show you why they're Kansas City and why they're the 2-time defending champion, going for unprecedented 3-peat. So
Well,
if you're gonna do that, you got to beat them.
I'm in Sayed's boat. I'm in Sayed's boat right here, where Georgia never got a chance to defend their back-to-back championships, right? But that's a thing where you left it in someone else's hands, right? I would love to see Kansas City go back and go for this 3-peat. Because to beat a man, look at Lady A, look at Lady A's eyes. Look at Lady A's eyes. Look, what they said, to beat a man, what you got to do, said?
You got to beat the man.
You got to
Well,
beat
if
the
the man don't
So,
deserve to be in there, then they don't. If they lose this game,
why do they not deserve to
if
be
they
here?
lose this
Why do they
game, I'm
not
not
deserve to
talking
be here? They
about
went through all
Georgia.
Hey, say it's coming here, please.
I'm not
Step in here,
talking
please,
about
please.
Georgia. I'm talking about Kansas City. If Kansas City
They
loses
don't
this
deserve.
game, they that means if you lose to the Bills, you don't deserve
Yeah, I
to
agree
go
with
to
that.
the
No,
Super Bowl. That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Lady A.
Yeah, that's what
you
that's
don't
what I'm
want to see
saying.
them, if
But
you
I
don't
don't
want
want
to
to see
see
them
them
go on.
repeat, you gotta beat them. I'm not saying they get an automatic pass. What I'm saying is this: is said that the Georgia Bulldogs never got a chance because they left it down to a vote because they lost a game.
To Alabama.
Yeah, but
right?
that's because they
They
changed
lost.
the rules. That's a little different. I
No,
can't compare
they
the same
lost
thing.
a game. They lost a game
They
and
lost
took
the
it out
wrong
of
game.
their own
They lost the wrong game.
hands. Yeah, they lost a game, took it out of their own hands, and left it in the hands of someone else. That's what I'm saying. I don't think the Kansas City is going to leave it in that. Well, tomorrow it's in their hands. If you beat the Bills, you have a chance to go defend your 3-peat. If you don't beat the Bills, it's on
Then
you.
you're not the man. Yeah.
Right. And now somebody else has a chance to be the man. Yeah, that's what we are. Say it. Woo! I got you, Racer X. I got you. See, he got it, he got his woo in there, you know. All right, here we go. Final chance, okay? For everybody on the panel. Tell me somebody that we're not thinking about that's going to do something outstanding to help their team win tomorrow. From all 4 teams. One person in both games. I don't care what team it is. Give me someone, that unsung hero, that's going to do something tomorrow to help their team win a game, to win this game, to put them in the Super Bowl. Do that in the chat right now. Tell me who you believe from the Philadelphia Eagles Commanders game, from the Buffalo Bills Kansas City game. Who is that unsung hero, offense, defense, special teams? It does not matter. That's going to help them win this game.
I got one.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
You ready?
Go ahead.
Who you going with?
Yeah.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I think if the Bills going to win this game tomorrow, Amari Cooper has to show to be the big time receiver or big time threat to Kansas City's secondary. We know what Josh Allen's going to do. We know what what's the boy name? Cooks going to do. We need a wide receiver. Need somebody to step away. And a veteran, that's when they went and got Amari Cooper for a veteran receiver who can show who's played in big games and can have big games when they matter the most. So I need Amari Cooper to show. I can't have you getting 2 targets like you did last game. I can't have you having no catches like you did the game before that. You are supposed to be a bona fide number one, not a top tier number one, but a bona fide number one. And I need you to show and prove that so you can go to your first Super Bowl and help your team play. You play better at home while you're on the road. The problem is he plays better at home than he does on the road historically. But he's been nowhere to be found in the last 2 games. So Amari Cooper is my unsung guy who needs to show up and give Josh needs a Robin tomorrow. And I need Amari Cooper to be a difference maker and be his Robin. If he's gonna be Batman.
Okay. Lady A.
Did you want from every team?
Y'all check mine out.
No. Just give me one person. Give me one person from any game.
So I'm gonna try not to be biased here.
Impossible with Buffalo. Impossible.
You said what?
Impossible with you in Buffalo, but go ahead.
What you So I feel like if Pikachu steps up, then they got something. I'm not trying to go with guys that we know are gonna like Kelsey. We know Kelsey gonna do what Kelsey do. We know Mahomes gonna do what he do. I feel like Pikachu need to step up.
Isaiah Pacheco.
Isaiah, I'm talking to you.
Pacheco.
Step it up. Y'all doing some things.
I like that. If he's having a big game, the Bills are in trouble. You're right about that.
Yeah.
Say it. Who you got?
My unsung hero is DeAndre Hopkins.
I like it.
He's gonna be an X factor that no one's looking for. This is his first time making this far into the playoffs, with a possibility of making to the Super Bowl the first time. He's gonna be itching for the ball, and when he gets it, I think he's gonna try to do some good stuff. Hopefully, he gets around the end zone.
Okay, that's 2 for Kansas City. That's 2 picks on Kansas City. That's 1 pick with the Bills. There so far have been no Eagles. And for me,
I think we stay away from that game.
Jaden Daniels.
No, we know
because we know Jaden.
We already know what he's gonna do.
You don't know what he's gonna do. You hope you know what he's gonna do.
He do the same thing every game. He clutch.
He had 5 picks one game, or 5 turnovers. The rest helped them have 5 turnovers one game, and then the other game he didn't. So you got to see which one you're going to get because it's a division opponent. But I don't want. I'm sorry, my fault. Pick. I'm on your time.
Yeah, let pick choose who you want to pick.
Lady A.
Yes.
Who's my favorite commander?
I know you ain't trying to say De'Ami because he is not your favorite.
Say De'Ami Brown, man.
He is so fake. He's trying to say De'Ami.
Pull the plug. Say it, pull the plug. If your game come down to De'Ami Brown, we all
De'Ami Brown. De'Ami Brown, you gotta come. You gotta come hard tomorrow, bro. You can't drop passes. You gotta show that same concentration that you had on that deep over route with the guy blindfolding you, and you just still catch it with the beautiful throw, track the ball. De'Ami Brown, make them respect your speed and your ability to take the top off the defense. Make them put a safety over top of you. Make them remember your name, De'Ami. Because if you do that, it gives.
Let me tell you something. He hated on De'Ami. Like bad. He was telling them.
I turned over a new leaf.
And
this whole season,
cut that man. De'Ami is not worth
De'Ami Brown's plus minus his prop bet for anytime touchdown, and then you wanted to be. He's probably about $12,000 for him to score this game, and you then you
Diami's
gonna be your unsung hero.
plus 320. Diami's plus 320, which leads us, Al. Thank you. You led us directly into our parlay. But my unsung hero is Diami Brown. Diami Brown, play big. Play
Why
big.
not
Diami.
Zacchaeus? Why not Zacchaeus? Because if Zacchaeus can actually hold the ball, then we good.
Oh, now, listen, we're not gonna have this Diami slander this year.
Who's slandering Diami? You're the only person that ever slandered Diami on this show.
I'll slander him. Trash.
We're not doing it. I'm not gonna let y'all do it. We ain't did it all year.
Trash.
We ain't did it all year.
Take him out with the recycles. Trash.
Say it. Hey, say it. Have I said one bad word about Diami this year?
This year.
It's 2025. Of course not.
and have I said anything bad about him in 2020?
No, beginning of 24, yes.
Technically, no.
No, I didn't.
No, the beginning of 24, he did, because that was the last season.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
I told y'all. I said Diami.
Yes, you did. You talked bad about Diami up until this season.
Me. I said I'm giving Diami a new repreve. I'm letting him live.
No, that was the beginning of the year.
That was the beginning of this season.
That was
the
beginning
fall
of the football season. But at the
fall.
beginning of the year,
Yeah, the beginning of the year, you were bashing him. The beginning of the season, which is fall of 24, is when you start speaking kindly of that young man. Mm-hmm. Yep, Cuzzo said that.
Just saying. All right, here we go. It's time for our First String Podcast parlay. Our championship edition of our Anytime Touchdown parlay.
Hold on, did we give our picks for the
We haven't given our picks though.
What are you talking about?
Said that pick.
For the Kansas City Buffalo.
We did that.
No, we didn't.
Said we ain't do the Kansas City Buffalo.
We said this like
Pour that cup
times.
Let me see what you got in that cup. Let me see what you got in that cup. Now, pour that cup. It's cranberry juice.
Y'all know it's cranberry juice.
See,
always cranberry juice.
And some other things. I swear to God, we did this.
We did not.
Now, who did you pick? No, we
did it with Thomas.
Right.
Not right. Thomas did both of them picks.
We did not. And that's what I sent to you, and you don't even want to listen to me.
And that's what I said before you said anything else to do.
I said you're right. I said you're right. And we got the parlay. I said, and we got the parlay. Okay.
Terrible.
All right, our Buffalo game. We got Buffalo.
You already read. Who you got? You already read it one time, pick. You gotta read it again.
Yeah, let's do this.
Bills plus the 2. If you got a little extra money, that plus 110 for the money line look good. Don't be afraid to bet it. Give me them Bills with them 2 points, though, man. I love my Buffalo Bills.
I got my money on 3P. Give me Kansas City money line.
Unfortunately, I'm going to go with Kansas City money line. I'm going to suggest the under. I should go with Buffalo plus the 2 so they can tie, but I know they cannot tie this game. So I will go with Chiefs. I'm just saying, it's just the reason why the spread is so close is because, I mean, it's kind of a toss-up game.
Patrick Mahomes got weapons. Patrick Mahomes got weapons, and one more thing. Patrick Mahomes got weapons, and then if it comes down to a field goal, whose kicker do you trust more, Buckner or the Buffalo Bills kicker?
Yes.
I trust Buckner, but I also trust number 15, Kansas City money line.
We knew you were going to pick that. That's your other team.
Don't lose faith in 17. Patrick Mahomes could have his best cast of weapons in the Pro Bowl next week as an alternate.
That was one of the pettiest
I like it.
comments that he said. That was petty.
Oh, that was a good one though. But okay, Al, who you got for the parlay? It's time for our parlay now. Who you got, Al?
I like that money you gave me, man. I think I pulled it up earlier. Going off what Thomas said and a couple things, I can't go away from either that Travis Kelsey. I like that Travis Kelsey. I like the one Thomas gave it. Travis Kelsey anytime touchdown. I do like that.
I agree.
Travis
I agree on
Kelsey,
that one.
anytime touchdown.
Plus
All right,
130.
you're in
That's free money.
at plus 110. Plus 130 was plus 110 here. But Lady A, who you got?
So it's another one that I'm kind of shocked at. But McLaurin, anytime touchdown. He's plus money.
How much, you know?
He is Terry McLaurin is plus 128. Say it.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Give me D Hop plus 300.
I love that. Said that's my other one said.
Yeah.
D Hop plus
I'm just giving out
300.
money.
I'm feeling D Hop.
Me too. I swear I was thinking about that. Said
That makes sense.
plus three what?
300.
Plus 300.
Jesus, that's good money.
They giving out money.
We should probably make it a 3-pick because I'm telling you, it's gonna be hard to pick 4 touchdowns, 4 guys that score touchdowns in just 2 games.
Well,
It'd be
pick who you going for?
I'm going with Devontae Smith plus 185.
Devontae.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Smith plus 185. Yep.
I got it.
So our 4-leg anytime touchdown parlay looks like this. Hold on, let me get it up. Oh, bam. We have hold on, wait a minute. Wait. Something's wrong here. Okay.
That's good.
We have plus 5,570 for our 4-leg parlay, and we have a couple of same game parlays in it, which boosts it up a little bit. So $10 is going to net us $557. All right,
And all it is.
our $10 bet for a 4-leg parlay, which is Travis Kelsey, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, and Devontae Smith. No running backs on here. That's a good bet. I like it. I like it. So that one's going in. Al, if it hits, all the money is going to
I'm hitting the money, baby. I'm hitting it. She can't get the money.
Why? I've been picking outstanding
She
people
ain't accounting. She is HR.
for this whole
all
season.
money goes
I
to
have been
accounting.
picking superstars. What are you talking about? Y'all ain't think nothing about no Bucky Irvin until or Chris. Y'all ain't think nothing about neither one of them until I said pay attention to them, and they was hitting every time. So I deserve some of that money.
You do. Yeah, you do.
We're gonna see y'all on Tuesday with Seawall. Seawall's going to join Tuesday, so we'll have Bowie TV CEO, head of creative design. Hey, sit back tomorrow, relax. What's on the menu for tomorrow? Say, what you gonna have while you watching these games?
I'm going to buy some wings. I made some homemade mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna get some wings. Give me a little gravy. I might make a little cornbread.
You use the red potatoes?
No.
Say do that hot water cornbread.
No, I'm talking about the mashed potatoes. I said, did you use?
No, that's some roasted potatoes, peeled them, boiled them, mashed them, milk, butter, salt.
Y'all listen. Go ahead, say it. Tell them what to do.
What's up with the snacks, Al? What you got?
Well, man, I think I'm gonna be out the house tomorrow, but I think I'm gonna go by rolling rib down there over in Clinton, man, and give me a little bit of barbecue. Yeah, give me a little brisket.
That's not far.
Brisket, little chicken, and a little rig. Most of them dudes over there don't eat no much pork, but I do. I love, man. Only thing I don't like about a pig, it ain't big as an elephant. So I'm gonna give me a lot of ribs. But I'm gonna go for it, and it's gonna be at a Redskins house. So I'm gonna butter them up, get them nice and fat, and get them ready to get them nice and sleepy and tired and laugh. And so when I watch this game and get ready for that Buffalo game, so Buffalo should be playing Philadelphia in the Super Bowl. That's my call.
Lady A, what you got? What you having?
Well, the Daniel fast will be over. This will be my first game in a while of this year of 25 without my Daniel fast. So I'm not sure, but just know it's gonna be a lot.
Okay, got it. Said you're welcome to come over tomorrow. Said you're welcome to come over. I'm gonna have a slushy machine going. I'm following Al. I got some ribs going on in the morning. I got some open face mashed potatoes. I'm gonna break off some brisket, put that in there, load them potatoes up with brisket, sour cream, butter, cheese, chives, bacon bits, all that. So all that's going in there. And then to be healthy, I may, have a little fruit salad or whatever. But there will be slushies on deck.
You talking about
Look, you're gonna put it in wine for sangria.
You better get some Febreze where you at, boy. You put all that together and follow that with some fruit salad. It's gonna be tough.
Look, Al,
Lady A was on that morning.
I'm gonna run down the street to the farmers, to Miller Farms and grab some. I'm gonna ship it to Pick real fast. He needs some.
No, that's not what it is. Lady A, you was on it more. Really, I'm talking about some grapes mashed up, ferment, things like that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're trying to get. That's
not. It's gonna be some libations flowing. So, hey man, y'all enjoy yourselves. Have a great, safe championship Sunday. We're gonna be happy tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to the Super Bowl, so I'll catch y'all.
Oh my God! I wish I
went on Saturday
until you said something crazy like that.
Things went on Saturday. You heard me?
All right, said I hear you.
I ain't said I was going. I ain't said I was going. Atlanta not playing. I ain't said
it's.
He said he was just letting you know.
There we go. If this anytime parlay hit and some of my other bets hit, then we might be in some action. Said we in action.
What's up?
Get the car. Said.
I wish I would.
Shout out to my son, United States Air Force, First String Podcast, second to none. Come get some. Tell him, Said.
Go Dogs.
Go Bills.
Raise hell.
It's wartime, baby. This what you signed up for. This what we worked hard for. You for. Y'all the first string. Y'all gotta go set the tone now. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Hey, let's go. 'Cause it's time for the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. Lace them up. It's the First String Podcast Show. Hey, let's go. They spitting facts on the First String Podcast Show. Imagine talking sports, having fun with the fam. At a starting lineup, First String is what you have. An entertaining stream with the Pro Bowl cast. When the viewers chime in, they gon' answer what you ask. Representing for the Queens, yeah, we got Lady A. A super knowledgeable woman who can break down any play. Said from the South, so he read GA. The Falcons, the Bulldogs, the whole Peach State. Drunk Uncle Al, only way you can describe him. Every time he crack the mic, you know he gon' be wildin'. Last but not least, it's my man Toothpick. Commanders is a squad and he the captain of the ship. So if you feel the vibe, go ahead and tune in. Like, subscribe, recommend to a friend. Nah, for real, like, subscribe, and recommend this to a friend. Hey.